Greetings, Tanooki Player here, and as consumers, we have so many seasons of video games. We have games that crave the competitive scene, like Street Fighter and Overwatch. We have games that have big, captivating stories, like Mass Effect and Final Fantasy, and even games where you just want to chill with games like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. However, as consumers, we get greedy, and we want more new experiences, and even bring in certain series from their yawn and possibly forgotten hibernation. So today I want to talk about the series that should come back to our lives. Most of these choices are my own personal opinions, but I do believe these series have untapped potential and deserve another chance at the spotlight. So here we go. You probably already know I'm kind of already addicted to crossovers at Marvel vs. Capcom and Super Smash Bros. With their huge and diverse cast of characters. It also gives me the opportunity to try out many series I would have never tried out before. There was one game that wasn't as great as these two, but I felt it had so much potential and deserves to get a second chance. And that was PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. This game is the most recent on this, releasing on the PlayStation 3 and Vita in 2012. There are 24 playable fighters which include Uncharted's Nathan Drake, Ratchet & Clank, and third-party characters like Raiden, Isaac from Dead Space, Big Daddy from Bioshock,
Fuck you!
and more. All Stars basically takes inspiration from Nintendo's own fighting game and gives it its own twist. Instead of knocking foes off the stage, the players have to build a super meter and use it against the opponents. I give it props for Superbot Entertainment to try something different, but I thought this was kind of repetitive to do, and with some characters being broken, it made the game die out quickly. I believe if Sony added more of their own characters, tweaked the original ones and changed the gameplay just a bit, I think we would have a solid fighter. Speaking of fighting games, the Darkstalkers franchise doesn't get much attention as they should. Darkstalkers is a chain of 1v1 fighting games with characters inspired by classic monster films. The games and the characters are well designed, and mechanics such as air blocks, chain combos and ES attacks were later used in modern fighting games. Besides seeing a few characters like Morgan and Frieza in crossovers at Marvel and Project Crosszone, we haven't seen a Darkstalkers game since Resurrection. The combination released in 2012, and even the last Darkstalkers games being released before the millennium. Street Fighter 4 producer Yoshino Ono wanted the game to come back too, and Capcom said in an article that if Resurrection sold a certain amount, then they considered to make another installment. However, that never happened, and fans are still waiting for more vampire action. With more fighting games being made and gaining more awareness than before, I think it would be great to see the game get a revival. Maybe coming back with insane fast-paced action like in the originals, and the gore and violence like Mortal Kombat X. Like they say, violence sells well. Here is another Capcom game, and one that is probably forgotten by a lot of people, and that game is called Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis was released on the PlayStation 1, and after the success of the horror phenomenon Resident Evil, and replaces zombies with dinosaurs. There have been about 3 games, and a light gun game, and to be honest, I've only played and owned the original on PS1, and have only played it for a bit, mostly because I dislike the tank controls. However, the reason I would like to see this franchise make a return is I think dinosaurs should make a comeback, and in the realm of video games too. Also, I could see Capcom build a wacky and over-the-top game similar to Resident Evil 5 and 6, with the direction Resident Evil is going back to the atmospheric horror experience. I think we can add a goofy yet fun Dino Crisis action game.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Fire Emblem is practically one of Nintendo's biggest IPs alongside Mario, Zelda and Pokemon. However, that hasn't always been the case. It was a series that only appeared in Japan until the Game Boy Advance, and that was thanks to the success to another turn-based strategy game known as Advance Wars. Advance Wars was released on the Game Boy Advance launch year, and the goal of the game is to capture or defeat the opposing army by funded units and commanding those units to fight on grid-based maps. Advance Wars had a sequel on the Game Boy Advance and 2 installments on the Nintendo DS, all receiving positive reviews. However, due to the sales, the recent titles of Fire Emblem being better than the recent Advance Wars games, which was in 2008, and due to the Fire Emblem boom, and both series are developed by Intelligent Systems, the Advance Wars franchise seems to be in the shadows. I believe that a new Advance Wars would work on either the Nintendo 3DS or even on the Switch, in similar vein as the Fire Emblem games, and may even draw Awakening and Fates fans. Number 1 would be practically obvious to a lot of people, but this series should definitely make a comeback, no questions asked, even more so than any other Nintendo back catalog of games, and that is indeed F-Zero. F-Zero first debuted as a Super Nintendo launch title, but the game that got me into the series was F-Zero X on the Nintendo 64, with so many hours spent going at high speeds. Then along with Sega and the guys who made Super Monkey Ball created F-Zero GX on the Nintendo GameCube, which was also amazing. However, the sales did not live up to Nintendo standards. The last game was F-Zero Climax on the Game Boy Advance in 2005, and worldwide was GP Legend, which was a year before, so that's about 13 years since the Western audience haven't received a new installment, which is the same as both X and GX I would consider to be at least in my top 5 N64 and GameCube games. A link to the Smosh Mario Kart 8 video with Shigeru Miyamoto. He was asked about if we can get a new F-Zero game, and Miyamoto replies that there are many traditional racers out there, and about working on a new controller would probably be needed, which to be honest sounds absurd. I personally admire his creativity and the ability to innovate, but sometimes you just need to make a few tweaks, update the visuals, and add an online mode. Captain Falcon is probably better known as the fighter from Super Smash Bros. Than he is as the legendary F-Zero pilot. Both Mute City and Big View appear as courses in Mario Kart 8, as well as the Blue Falcon appearing as a vehicle, and even getting the minigame in Nintendo Land. So the F-Zero series are getting some attention, just not the attention it deserves. I guess in the meantime, I better pick up Fast Racing Neo when I get a Switch.
Work them. Left, right. That's it, baby. Keep it up, Mac. Keep it up.